Bentley Continental review. What is it? Believe it or not, the silver pearl land yacht pictured here is a 2003 registered car. It's a final series Mulliner special that brought production of the Bentley Continental R, which began in the early 90s, to a close. Though it's fair to say its lavish proportions, and lavish chrome, speak of a style much more antiquated. It's a grand old looking thing and one that must have felt ancient as sails wound down. The first-gen Continental GT that immediately replaced it, surely representing a leap to rival Neil Armstrong's. Some contemporary reviews of the first Volkswagen-ified Bentley bemoaned a lack of sparkle, and when you experience the car it directly replaced, it's easy to see just how sanitized the GT must have suddenly felt. This Continental R is as joyously idiosyncratic as luxury cars get. While both the R and its GT replacement are four-seat coupes, the older car is basically a two-door limo. Longer even than today's Flying Spur and with acres of room and bay window visibility for rear passengers. They even get help with ingress and egress, those humongous front doors wearing a handle at each end of their lusciously stitched-in side. There's little of the uncouth hurdling over the front seat that modern 2+2s demand. I'm assuming it has ample power. You assume correctly. The rear wheels are driven by Bentley's famed and now retired 6.75-litre V8 engine, here utilizing turbocharging but with no link to the front axle. Which isn't to say it's some kind of wild drift monster beside Cruise modern odd stuff. The engine's delivery is far too eloquent for that. The figures it produced varied wildly through the Conti RS life, from 315 brake horsepower at the model's 1991 launch to around 420 brake horsepower by the time production slowed to a halt in 2003. Torque is the more appropriate number to analyze, though, for here's a car that works best when revs are kept low. It rose from 485 pounds-feet to a gargantuan 650 pounds-feet through the RS life, with both figures delivered at just 200 RPM. The rev counter, for reference, redlines at 500 RPM. Like an old London Cabs. Less maneuverable, though. Well, at 5.3 m long and 1.8 m wide this ain't small. But it's an old car, so visibility is great, thanks to both its huge glass house and the proud prow of its bonnet. And driving it is a doddle generally, with a broadly smooth 4-speed automatic gearbox and a huge wheel that twirls around like there's helium pumped through the steering rack. What's the verdict? A luxury coupe from the grand old days when they didn't try to be sports cars, new. This Continental R was among the world's most expensive cars at £200,000 plus. Or, once you've processed it through an inflation calculator, nearly £400,000 in today's cash. Which looks as intimidatingly oversized as the car itself when the latest Conti GT is £152,000 before options. VW influence may have softened some of Bentley's edges, but it helpfully softened its prices, too.